Hey pessoal, é Blue trazendo mais um vídeo. Hoje iremos reagir a Asas e Ore from Anny featuring Dia and Miistery. I am really excited to listen to this song. I love all the ladies on the song, and I think it's awesome to see a video where it's an all ladies cast. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Oba, meus filhos, sabia que vocês podem estar me acompanhando em outras redes sociais? Sabia? Não? Não sabia? Pois agora tá sabendo. Segue lá, @AnnyTHN.
You heard the lady, make sure you follow her. Okay, Sanji as Dia, Zora as Miistery, Luffy, Annie. Okay.
Sobe as cinzas do passado, mas deixa o vento levar. Sonho que eu carrego, eu quero encontrar o lugar onde enfim todo mar se encontrar. Todo esse sofrimento formou valores que eu sigo na vida. Não seja inimigo, não passará fome, essa é a minha ensina. Luto contra pés, jamais sujarei as mãos pelas suas sagradas pra comida. Serve por cada ensinamento, eu juro que te orgulharei um dia. Se você mexer com os muguios,
Ooh! Before we get into the chorus, I really love how Dia's verse, it led perfectly into the chorus. She started very slow, not intense, and then at the end she increased the intensity, and then the chorus begins. I think that's really smooth. Also, I really like how Dia approached Sanji's character. I don't know Sanji as a character. I don't know anything about One Piece. However, I like how she focused a lot more on Sanji's virtues. He's a cook. He wants to make sure that everyone is fed, regardless if they're a friend or a foe. I think that's really awesome. And she only gets intense when she talks about protecting her friends, her allies. So I think that's really awesome. It's pretty easy to talk about why a character is cool if they're a fighter, but I think it's really hard to talk about someone's virtues and ideas and still make it sound cool. So I think Dia did a fantastic job describing Sanji. Eee. Yeah!
Te perder no fim. Prometo por ela e não por mim. Ser no futuro melhor espadachim. Luto com minhas três espadas de caçador paciente.
The different instrumentals that are used are also really excellent. I feel like the instrumentals are a great way to symbolize each of the different characters. Like, for example, Dia, her instrumental was a lot more, if I remember correctly, it was more like a brass instrumental, something like an orchestra. Miistery is using a rock instrumental as her backing instrumental. I feel like both of them make sense. It's because they have different ideas. The characters do, I should say. So I really like that.
Luto com metas espadas, de caçador passa então ser pirata. A confiança disfarça, a essa altura sem mais volta pra casa. Prometi pelo meu capitão, não perder de novo sem mais opção. Pelo meu bando não cair em batalha, cumprir minha promessa e não voltar a falar. Você sei, a lâmina não é forte como você não encostar. Sem tirar o corte, vem na minha espada. Meu potencial vai se triplicar. Me arrisco, sirvo para os salvar. Sem mistura, pura desperta meu achura.
Once again, it's focusing on the ideals of the character. Even though Zoro wants to be the best swordsman, he pivoted his reasoning for why he wanted to be the best swordsman. And he wants to be the best swordsman to protect others, to protect his friends. So I think that's really awesome. I really like also the tempo that she used. I think Dya also used the same tempo, but instead of how Dya used her tempo to ramp up into the intense chorus, Miistery does the opposite. She uses the tempo to slow down, and then the chorus begins with the intensity. Ooh. Ah. Oh. Ooh. That's awesome. I like that. Using the different gears, but it explains why he's using the gears. I like how I feel like Anny is focusing on Luffy just wants to help his friends. I think all three of these characters want to help their friends. They want to help their comrades, but they all do it in different ways. Sanji wants to cook. He wants to keep everyone nourished. Zoro, he wants to be the best swordsman to protect others. And I feel like Luffy's goal, he wants to protect others by being the king of the pirates, maybe by ushering in a new form of peace or something like that. The One Piece. Dumb puns. But I like that. These characters are really cool, and it's songs like this that convinced me that I should really just read One Piece. That song is really awesome. Also, I just had a thought while I was listening to the chorus. This might be me overanalyzing the song. However, I feel like this song can be applied to the community as well. Specifically, it applies to people in the community who are in the minority. Now, I'm just speaking from my own personal experience and from what I notice. The geek rap community is a mostly male dominated industry. There are a lot of rappers or artists who are ladies, non binary, or whatever they want to identify as. However, with every few ladies or non binary artists, there are going to be a lot more male rappers. There's going to be a lot more people who are just in the majority. So I really like how this song can be applied to. It's for people who are in the community who want to at least, or who feel like as if they can't do anything in the community. For example, maybe this song, it's a good way to inspire other lady artists, other people in the community who feel like they don't have a voice. They can look at this song and they can see that these musicians, these artists can do it, and they're just like me. That means it's possible for me to do it. I always love it when anyone in the community, I want everyone to feel open. I want everyone to feel like they have a voice in the community. So I feel like what these ladies did, I think it's really phenomenal. And I really hope that we get to hear more songs that are like this, songs that are from a smaller minority. And I hope that we get to at least hear more of their stories, if that makes any sense. So actually, I don't want to go on a tangent because this video is going to be a little bit longer. My first ever video that I made on YouTube was a reaction to an all ladies cipher. They did a cipher where they featured all ladies and they all rapped about anime characters who happen to be women. So stuff like that, where we get to see more skills, more representation. I think that would be really awesome for the community to have. These ladies did an amazing job, and that chorus is just really inspiring. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below, are there any more songs like this where all the artists, or maybe it's from one artist who is in the minority of the community, if that makes any sense? I would love to listen to any person's song, regardless of who they are, background, stuff like that. So let me know in the comment section down below. Who do you think is an underrated artist in the community who I have not reacted to yet? I think that's a better question. So while you're down there, don't forget to also tell me who else I should be reacting to. And until then, obrigado por assistir. Simply ordinary. Howdy.